What's happening, guys? A couple weeks ago when Junior pulled in with this bike riding up the driveway, I was like, wow, look at this thing. It's an original 73 CL350, the last and the best of the CL series. And I was like, this thing looks awesome. And the first time I rode it, made it about a quarter mile off the road, and the same words popped out of my mouth. I was like, wow, this thing's awesome. It runs, it makes you realize why Honda almost put Triumph and Harley and BSA out of business. Because it's such an awesome bike. When you compare to the stuff from that era, it's so much better. It's just a fantastic machine. Shifts great, clutch great. This is an on-off-road bike. This is Honda's CL or Scrambler series. It's set up for on and off-road use. The main difference between this and a CB is it has the high pipe on it. Let me do a little quick riding demo again, and then I'll pull up. We'll go over the work order. A whole bunch of work's been done on this bike. So in a typical Honda quality fashion, everything works beautifully. The headlight, the tail light, the high beam, the low beam, all the idiot lights on the dash, the turn signals. Usually these come in and we have to completely restore them. To find one that's original with only 6,300 miles, with original grips, original handlebars, original levers, is pretty much unheard of. Very rarely do these come up for sale in this kind of condition. Usually they're snapped up by a friend or family member who's been hounding the original owner to sell to him forever. So to have one come up for sale is rare, but to have one come up in this condition is extremely rare. It even has the original idiot tire inflation sticker, the original always wear a helmet sticker on the dash. It's just a beautiful piece, and it's been completely sorted out. A couple $1,000, if I remember off the top of my head. I'll have to grab the work order, but quite a bit of work was done to the bike to not restore it, but to preserve it mechanically, electrically, and cosmetically. So it didn't need a restoration, just needed some bevy of preservation services. So good luck finding a nicer one. This is a bike that you can ride off-road because it has the high pipe. It has the a little bit more aggressive than your typical street tread tire. It's more of a dual sport tire. A little bit longer travel suspension than the CB. A little bit more seat foam on it, and it looks the part. It's got passenger pegs, so you can ride a passenger. It's 100% street legal. It could be used as a commuter bike or a bike to just use on vacations around town, whatever you want to do. It's bulletproof Honda, and it's all sorted out. It needs nothing but a new home. So let's go up and go over the work order so you know exactly what's been done to it. I think the best part is to know that it doesn't need anything. It's ready to go. Just get on it and ride. It has electric start, so it fires right up. It doesn't have a kickstart if you ever kill the battery. There you have it, folks. Typical Honda quality 47-year-old bike. The fit and finish is still in excellent condition on the original paint job. The original seat is in good condition. Just really rare to find them in this kind of shape. And it's been thoroughly sorted through. I'm going to grab the work order here because I won't be able to remember everything done to it. But let's start at the beginning here. The carbs are cleaned and rebuilt. It has new fuel lines on it. It has a new front brake cable. New air filters, a new fuel petcock, a new battery, new carb intake insulators, new spark plugs, a new battery tender lead so you can leave it plugged in over the winter. Includes 3 keys, And let's see, has a new throttle cable, new clutch cable, new speedo cable, and a new tack cable, new starter relay. It has, I guess those aren't the original grips, those are new grips, but they look like the original ones. A new dynamo cover, and they also replaced the tack. There was a cracked glass in the tachometer, that's been replaced. New condensers. I also have the title in hand for the bike also. It's really windy here, I don't want it to blow away, but we don't often see titles for vintage antique motorcycles like this, but we have the title here for the bike, 1973, and yeah, so that's nice. It'll be easy to register. DMV won't give you any grief. The bike was cosmetically given a bevy of preservation services. Also, let me read off the work order here. It was hot water pressure washed, hand washed, all the chrome was polished and wiped down, the seat was reconditioned, the fork lowers, aluminum, was machine polished, the engine side covers were painted the OEM cloud silver. The frame was lightly touched up and it was given what we call a rotisserie detail, which is a complete cleaning service from top to bottom. The fuel in it has VP 110 fuel in there, which is a non-ethanol fuel. You can leave that in there for years. It won't affect the carburetors. New oil is 1040 Maxima oil. Again, the clutch cable was replaced. The gas tank was removed and flushed inside and out using the baking soda blast and metal rescue method, which is the best thing we've come up with. And also we put a chain in there with some nuts and bolts and shaked it around to clean up the inside of the tank. What do you see the inside of this tank? I don't know if you can get this on video, Kenny, but if you can, it's worth noting the inside of the tank was professionally cleaned. That's like a 3-hour process to do it right. Whoops, I dropped the work order as usual. Par for the course. The inside of the tank is in beautiful condition. The original paint on the outside is in good condition, and it's been gone through completely. The carb was cleaned and set. Again, new air filters. The exhaust was remounted with using some replacement hardware. Tires are set 36 front, 32 rear. The clutch was adjusted. The cover was removed. It was cleaned and adjusted. All the linkage was greased and readjusted, and the new cable was installed. So just a beautiful piece. We paid a pretty penny for it, and then we put $1,730 in preservation and restoration services into the bike. I'll be straight up honest with you, we got $4,000 tied up in the bike. That's the bottom line. So this is another one of those cases when I look at it and go, geez, Kenny wrote it in here, and half of the stuff that we've done, what you can't see by looking at it, financially we would have been better off just selling it as is, but that's not how we do things here. It's not like you're buying it off somebody who says just needs a carb clean, you know, and then you open up the gas tank and the inside of the gas tank needs to be done.
Guys, you know, just needs a carb clean plus 30 hours of shop labor at $90 an hour.
And all new cables and everything else.
You can find someone to work on it.
So, you know, we've seen that before. That's for sure. We've been a victim of that before ourselves. So quite often on a vintage bike, if it needs a carb clean, it's going to need a whole bevy of other things also. So we put $1,730 in the services on top of the purchase price. You know, the parts and labor, we got $4,000 tied up in it, and that's probably what it's worth, $4,000 to $5,000. So we've done. This is what we call labor of love. When doing these kind of bikes, we don't really make any money doing it. Barely enough to pay the staff and keep the lights on here, and quite often I go without taking a check, to be honest with you, in the months when we invest more in the bikes than we can. So, but I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing it for a love of motorcycles, and to give a 350 like this, a classic that's all there, another lease on life is enough for me. And the real reward for me is when I take it out and get to test ride it. I think I have the best job in the world, you know. Now and then things go real easy, and we get better buys on the bikes, and financially it works out. But whoever buys this bike, whatever, you're getting one that's totally sorted out, so you're not going to have to invest a ton of money into it like we did. Just take it and ride it, add it to your collection. I'd display this in the museum exactly the way it is right now. The clutch, the brakes, the transmission, the engine power, everything's on point. If you look at the front of the exhaust pipes here, the original chrome, check out the header. The original chrome on the header pipes is in excellent condition, as is the chrome shield. The brakes, the chain, everything's in good condition. Passenger pegs, passenger grab bar. It appears to me to be 100% original. So and with no miles on it, 6,300 miles. So even has the original reflectors and turn signals. Anyways, I could go on all day. You get the point. It's well sorted out. It's going back into the museum where it'll be on display until it finds a new home. All proceeds from the sale go to benefit the museum. If you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.